Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Raptor X here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and today we are back in episode 2 of the Eco 9.0 Beginners Tips and Tricks or How-To videos. Today I'm going to be going over some of the cooking and researching the next couple skills that we're going to need, and also some of the different things in the UI that I missed. So first off, I want to explain what's going on down here in the bottom right corner. Each of these different icons here are for different graphs or submenus that you can open. This one is for your backpack, which you can open using the B key, or it will just open by clicking that button. The L button right here, and you can see each of these when you mouse over. Each of these little letters are their respective hotkey. So you can click O, and that'll open the world objectives and also give you a list of the current people who are online. In a single player world, that's just you. In a multiplayer world, that's anyone else who is currently online with you. L opens the law pane or the government pane. And this is really not much use until you're playing on a multiplayer world. But once that's done, and once you play on a multiplayer world, there are all kinds of new government laws and everything that can be enacted, which are really quite interesting and allow for some very powerful things. You can hit the C key to open up chat, and that will basically tell you different world populations for things, the different crafting recipes and how much more you need for things, all kinds of interesting things, as well as chatting with the population on an online server. You can hit the Y key, which will open up the currency window or the economy viewer, which allows you to view work parties, contracts, public crafting stations, different world currencies, and different trades that are available. Again, none of this is really much use in a single player world, but if you're playing with friends or you're on a server, that's quite useful. And then the G key will open up graphs, but it will open up in your browser. So I'm not going to do that right now, but that will open up different graphs as to world population, pollution, all different kinds of stuff like that. And then of course your M key will open up your map, and of course the mini-map is down here in the right hand corner. So the left hand side over here, each of these are the different specialties that you have chosen. For me, I've got campfire cooking, gathering, self-improvement, and farming currently. And then this is your current character level, level 4, and the amount of experience that you need to get to the next level. So I'm going to level up in 1 hour and 7 minutes at my current XP gain, which is at 173.9 per 24-hour day. Your XP gain can be increased by eating foods that will make each of these pies equal to 25% of the quarter. So the more balanced your diet is, the more XP gain you get. And then also on the right hand side here, you have a housing value, which we'll get to when we actually start adding things to our houses. But for right now, that's your housing value window, and you can gain XP from your home once you start upgrading it. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to learn, or I'm going to start researching the carpentry skill book. For that, we're going to need 3 dendrology research paper basic. I'm going to go ahead and add the labor to that. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to find the Dendrology Research Basic, and I'm going to order 3 of those. Perfect. And I'm going to add the work to that. And it looks like we need a decent number of logs to be able to get those. So we'll see about getting them. I also want to get, there should be a basic engineering. Let's see, masonry, smelting, advanced basic engineering. So I do need carpentry before I can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll see about chopping down some trees and getting the logs that we need, and then I will come back once we have gotten enough of those to properly do this. Now I'm also going to make myself a stockpile, So I'm going to go ahead and order one of those and do the work for it. Those are going to take 2 minutes to craft. But a stockpile, sorry, will allow me to have a 5x5 area to store things in instead of just the little stockpile right there, and so will allow me to fit a lot more and store a lot more things to be crafted into the work parties or the work orders. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these into the stockpile there, and then I'm going to put the rest into there, and those will be used in the dendrology research. There we go. And we'll go ahead and put those into there as well. And we'll pick up a couple of these. Okay. Let's see here, what one was this? That's farming, and we've learned that. Okay, so the next thing that I need to work on is making myself a farming table. Those are made right here in the workbench. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to order one of those. I'm going to need 20 dirt. I'm going to go ahead and do the work on that. I'm going to need 20 dirt, I'm going to need 8 hewn logs, and I'm going to need 8 boards. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make 8. I'm going to order 8 boards, for which we're going to need 8 hewn logs. I'm going to do the work on this as well. Whew, and I'm fast running out of food. Let's see, what do we have to eat here? Not really anything. Some charred tomatoes. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what we can make here. Beet campfire salad requires beet greens. How can we make those? We can't, they're just harvested. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and... oh, there we go. So I've got one in my backpack here. There we go. And that'll allow that to cook up. We need here charred corn. We need some corn for that one. We'll go ahead and add that to right there. And that'll start making the corn. I'm preferring the beet salad here, so we'll make one of those. Let's see here, the boiled grains. We can get those from wheat. Those are actually quite decent. The ones that are even better, though, are the topped porridge. Can I get those? There we go, topped porridge. Those are even better. So I'm going to see about harvesting some wheat here quickly. There we go. Or some grains, I suppose. Wheat is not always necessary. There is some rice over here that I can pick up. There we go. And there we go. We'll go ahead and pick up some of this rice. And some beets as well, in hopes of getting some more of those greens. There we go, perfect. Alright, so we can make ourselves some more beet salads. Those are very good. We'll go ahead and we'll make ourselves some boiled grains. Rice or wheat. A grain tag. Oh, we should have that. Perhaps not. There's our stockpile. We'll go ahead and take that. And there's nowhere to put that right now. How about right over here? Yes, that'll work. Looks like we've probably run out of room here to put much of anything. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that on there. There we go, that's gotten us one. There we go, perfect. Alright, we've got more than enough room in there now. So we're going to go ahead and start putting some of our items, into here. There we go, we'll do that as well. So these stockpiles are a very good thing to make, and allow you to progress quite rapidly. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this right here, and I will pick back up once I've gotten all of the wood collected that I need. Alright, very good, and we've leveled up in campfire cooking. Alright. Okay, so I've gone ahead and done a little bit more research on the carpentry, and I got that one. And then I've also started research on the basic engineering skill book. That's something that's quite critical to progress. So for that I need, let's see here, I need more basic research, which I'm getting with the geology research paper basic. And I also need 3 dendrology research paper to finish that. So I'm also working on butchery, so that I can butcher the animals and stuff that I kill, and I need 2 culinary research paper basic for that, which I'm working on currently right here. And for that I need 3 fried vegetables. I'm actually going to need a total of 6 because I've got 2 of those more that I need to make. So to do that, I'm going to need to kill several different animals here, so that I can get the fat or tallow that I need. Oh, missed. Blast. These things are very skittish, so just trying to whoop, and off he runs again. I guess I really need a large. Ooh, there we go. Let's see if we can get the elk. Got him. Very good. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and pick these up, and hopefully at some point we'll be able to find that other elk as well. I think the deer's a little confused today. There it is. Come on, elk, hold still. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we'll go ahead and pick these up, and we should be able to make some larger campfire meals with them. The other thing that I've done is I have used an admin command to level up my character, so that I was able to get butchery. Sorry, not butchery, hunting. One of the things for single player, especially if like me you're working on tips and tricks, is it's very useful to have the skills as soon as you learn them. So I've gone ahead and given myself an extra level there, so that I can utilize the books and stuff that I've researched. Okay, so that's going to go ahead and make some more of those, and we should then be able to make a couple of fried foods Charred meat. Okay, good. I'm also going to set up for some charred food. Let's see here. We need some, or not charred, some fried food. There we go. There we go. We've got some fried tomatoes. Let's go ahead and set up for 4 of those. And we'll do the work on these. There we go. And we'll do the work on our tiny campfire animals. There we go. Okay, so the next thing that we need then for doing the basic engineering is some more of these geology research papers, and that's just harvesting rock, and those will get used to put right into there. So I'm just going to go ahead and we'll pause here, and I'll come back once I have gotten all the rock that I need. Okay, so I've gone ahead and gotten the rest of the stone necessary for the geology research. We're still working on the fried vegetables. I still need 2 of those, and I'm going to have to do a little bit more hunting before we can do that. But I wanted to work on the hewn logs in the carpentry table. I made one of these. That can be made over here in the workbench, just with a carpentry table there. It just requires some stone and some logs, and that allows you to make all kinds of wooden objects, and it also allows you to decrease the cost on some of these things. We're going to be getting into some of the basic upgrades here. These require logging too, and then the let's see here, that one's going to require masonry, so we'll need to upgrade that one too. We'll have to learn that one. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll find masonry in here. There we go, the masonry school book, and we're going to order that one. We'll do the work on that, and let's see here, what are we working on there? Okay, just well, culinary research paper. Okay, yep, and then that'll go into butchery. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start making ourselves some hewn logs here. Those require wood, and so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make let's say another 40 of these, which is going to require 80 wood, or 80 logs. So I'm going to go ahead, turtle, we'll go ahead and take that. There we go, it leveled up in hunting, and we should be able to, we've made all the meat. Okay, we'll just save that one then. Okay, so let's go ahead and now that I've got logging, I'm going to go ahead and chop these down, or chop those up, sorry. When you have logging, it decreases the cost calorically of chopping up trees. There we go. And also of harvesting the debris that are left behind when you chop down a tree and it falls all over everything and makes a mess. I'm going to go ahead and harvest these items here so that they're not destroyed when this tree falls over. And pretty soon here we're going to need to get into gathering is leveled up as well. We're going to need to get into making some farms, so I'm going to go ahead and clear out this area here. Very good, logging has leveled up. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and chop this down. One tip that you can utilize if you're worried about creating all of those the wood pulp or the debris from chopping down the trees, One way to minimize that is to go ahead and chop out these branches off of the trees before you chop them down. Oh, come on. Where are you at? Okay, we're getting chased by a wolf now. Well, not a wolf, sorry, a coyote. I find them incredibly annoying. I'm going to go ahead and make some more arrows. And we'll take care of those here momentarily. Let's have a little bit more food here. Okay, there we go. And we'll go ahead and take those arrows. There we go. Now we're not defenseless. So as I was saying, you can chop off those limbs, and in doing so, it'll help to reduce the amount of debris that are generated. I'm not going to be able to get that one, I don't think. Oh, got that one too. Perfect. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this one this way. And as you can see, it's still creating some, actually quite a decent amount. I didn't really reduce that at all. Carpentry has leveled up as well. Let me go ahead and pop that one into there. Come on. There we go. And these will go ahead and perfect. These will go into the hewn logs that I need here. So those will be used for increasing the size of the house, because as you start to put more things into the house, there we go. Okay, so those are using those. Okay, we're probably going to need to make more of those then. Let's go ahead and make another order. Let's do 100 of those. And we'll go ahead and do the work. There we go. Okay, and let's go ahead and find, now that we've got logging 2, we can go ahead and get the basic upgrade 1. So we'll go ahead and order one of these, do the work on it, and jump it to the start of the queue there, so that whenever we get a hewn log, it should go ahead and contribute it to that. No? Okay. So this one's gobbling them up then to work on that dendrology research paper. So I'm going to go ahead and tell this you can't access the tiny stockpile either, because that's where those are going. There we go. And then those will go into crafting the basic upgrade. Now this is going to allow for a 10% reduction in cost, both in materials and time required for making each of these items, or any crafting that is done inside this table. That's something that's been introduced in 9.0 and is quite critical for cutting down on both the number of resources that are required and the time to craft things. So we're going to go ahead and let that work. I'm going to harvest a couple more trees here, and I'm not really worried about not enough room. Okay. Not really worried about creating all of the wood pulp here, because I can use that for making mortar. There we go. My goodness, it does create quite a bit of a mess. can use these, we can use that area for farming. And like I said, I can use those. Not enough room. Okay. Oh. Right, okay. Let's go ahead and pop some of these into here. And as you can see, we're running out of space already. So I'm going to go ahead and create a storage chest. That's down here in the workbench. I'm going to go ahead and create 2 of those actually. We'll do the work on them. And it looks like I'm running out of food already, so we're going to eat a couple of these. Looks like we'll eat some charred corn as well. And some meat. There we go. Perfect. Still need 28 hewn logs. So we're going to go ahead and we'll keep chopping down trees. The other thing that we're going to need to do is replant. As you can see from the little acorns that I've got over there in my backpack, those can be replanted using a wooden hoe to till up the ground. And then those seeds can be planted and you'll get more baby oak trees. Those will of course grow up into big oak trees. They do take a little while, so it's definitely a good idea to take whatever seeds you get and turn those into trees very quickly, as they do take several days. I think it's about 5 to 6 days to actually grow into adult trees to the point where they're actually good for harvesting. Another thing that you can do is chop out the stumps from the old trees, and new ones will just grow back there. So I'm going to go ahead and chop this one down. There we go, good. And I'll do the same with this. This one I guess was a little bit more mature. That's for the accounts for the larger size there. There we go. And in a little while we'll have some more of those pop up there. So, alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and just harvest a bunch of logs here. You guys are probably not going to want to watch that. So I'll come back once I've done that. Okay, so here we pick up a little bit later. I've gotten some more research done. I was able to finish butchery, and I'm currently working on geology so that I can get masonry. That's kind of a big thing that's necessary, and the reason for that is because of the new upgrade modules. I went over those in the last little segment. The basic upgrades, these allow you to reduce resource cost and craft time for all of the things that are done in these tables. Masonry is the next step up in that. So that's masonry. It requires masonry 4 for that one. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to research masonry, and then once I've gotten up to carpentry level 5, you can do a basic upgrade 3, which reduces crafting cost and time by 40%. And then after that, then we've got to go to engineering. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work on masonry and then basic engineering to get both of those completed. Basic engineering still requires 2 dendrology research paper advanced, which I'm currently working on here, and those require hewn logs. So I'm going to work on masonry first and get that geology research paper completed, and then once that's done, then we can work on leveling up our masonry skill, and that will allow us to get masonry just a little bit faster and craft all of our resources a little bit faster as well. There we go. And go ahead and we'll pick up all of these. There we go. That should be more than enough. Now all this black substance that I'm walking around on there, that's coal. That can be found underneath the wetlands biome, which just happens to be, where did I see it? Yep, right here. This kind of darker green material is a wetlands biome. So there's a little bit over here, and it looks like it's bled into the grasslands over here a little bit, because there is a massive, and I'm talking 10 to 15 blocks long, it looks like, at least, area of coal here, and it's at least 3 blocks deep. Probably a good chance of it being more than that. So I'm just going to continue mining out along here and see how far this goes. And so far it's quite large. I was going to see if I could find some iron ore under there, but I don't think I'm going to quite be able to. It seems like that coal layer is quite large there, so I'm going to start up another mine over there and see if I can find some iron, because that's another critical ingredient. Good, so the dendrology, or not dendrology, so geology has finished, and masonry is currently in progress. Once I learn that, then we'll be able to start researching some other critical things here. Let's go ahead and make some more dendrology. We need more hewn logs for that. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cut down some more logs. Oops. Well, we would be able to if we could get up to where some more trees were. There we go. There we go. Oop. We'll go ahead and take these down to there. The coal I found to be especially good because we're cooking up a lot of things here, and those are required. That makes wonderful fuel. I've got 10 hours worth of fuel there with just a stack of 20 of those. So those are really quite good for doing that. Let me go ahead and I'm going to see about making some topped porridge here. We've got more than enough of those, so I'm going to make 10 of them. There we go, and we'll do the work on that. Perfect. I also want to see about balancing out some of these. So there we go, meaty stews, perfect. I can make one of them. So I've got, there we go, looks like I can make about 3 of them. Okay. So with the butchery that I just finished, I'm going to go ahead and find that. There we go, butchery, perfect, and learn that. Very good. Really? Come on, I'm going to shoot you. These coyotes are very, very annoying. Okay, good. So the name of the game here is just expanding the house a little bit more. We really cannot do a whole lot more until the house is expanded some more. Oops. There we go. So I'm currently in the process of putting a roof onto this bit here. There we go. And then you can hold the F key again to change your construction material. Go ahead and pick it, well, not material, sorry, but the blocks that you're building. We'll go ahead and put that one in there, and then we should be able to go ahead and pick this up. Very good. Now, unfortunately, this has stopped my research, so I'm going to go ahead and put in a couple of windows here in hopes that that will bring this up over the level 5. There we go, requirement that I need. Perfect, and the research can continue on here. Let's see here, I've got, do I have masonry yet? That's the next one. Basic engineering, dendrology. Yes, masonry will have finished. Okay, let's find that. There we go, masonry, and we'll learn that one. Perfect. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and we'll work towards doing this. So, what can we do here? Masonry mortar requires masonry 1. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give myself another skill point here. And if you're playing a single player game, this is quite useful. You can type / skills space level up user, and that will give you another level star to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use that one on masonry. There we go. Masonry, we'll go ahead and learn that. And I'm going to need to do that again. Level up user, there we go. And I'm going to learn mining, because that's going to be critically important as well. Okay, so we've got masonry, very good. We're going to see about making some masonry mortar here, and we're also going to make some mortared stone. So let's go ahead and we're going to grab the module from our carpentry table here, and we're going to pop that over to here because we're interested in grinding this one up quite a ways. We're going to go ahead and let's make 20 of those, and that's going to require 18 sand. We'll do the work on that one, and then let's go ahead and I'm going to show you a nice little trick here. You can pick up your little stockpiles, and then as long as they're within about 10 blocks, that one's a little bit far away it looks like. I'll go ahead and pick this one up and see. I think I can put that right there. There we go, perfect. Very good. So now we can come over to here, and actually let's get a little bit more wood here, and we'll do some stockpile movement tricks. There we go, that's 3. I'm going to go ahead and we'll make ourselves another small stockpile, or a tiny stockpile. There we go, tiny, very good. We'll go ahead and order that one. That's going to take 30 seconds, and we'll go ahead and pop that one into there. Okay, and we can go ahead and we'll put that tiny stockpile over here, and then we can transfer things much easier between stockpiles. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll just dig out a little area here, and we'll put the stockpile into that little rectangle area. And while we're doing this, there we go, our stockpile should be about done. We'll go ahead and drag those over to there. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and pick up that tiny stockpile, and we'll show you some transferring tricks just to make your life that much easier. Okay, so we can go ahead and put this one down. We'll verify. Good that we can do that. Good, we can reach that other stockpile, and we're just going to go ahead and start transferring sand from the world into this stockpile. These stockpiles can only fit, let's see here, 12 sand in them, or really any, there we go, any of those large blocks. However, we can go ahead and hold shift and drag all of those over to there. There we go. And we'll just fill this stockpile up again. And take one of our own for good measure. Can't Fire cooking has leveled up. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and hold shift again, and we're going to click and drag all of the sand over from that stockpile and all of the sand over from this stockpile right into there, and that's going to go ahead and start making this mortar, which we can now use for making mortared stone. There we go. Masonry's gotten the first level up, and we've now gotten to, that'll be Masonry 2. Very good. We're going to go ahead and start making mortared stone here, and because of our module there, we'll have a 10% reduction in cost for those. We'll go ahead and make 20 of those. Perfect. We'll do the work on that, and we're going to drag this one to the front there. This is just making the mortared sandstone. It's kind of got a reddish color, and that'll start popping out. Well, it will start popping out here, or it would. I'm going to go ahead and start. There we go. We'll drag all of those over to there. Very good. And we've got our storable items for those right there. Okay, very good. And that's going to start leveling up our masonry quite quickly, actually, it looks like. And we're just trying to get all the way up to masonry level 4 so that we can get this basic upgrade 2, and that's going to make a 25% reduction in our cost. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, that will be it for this video. We'll just leave that masonry research, the basic engineering research, and grinding the masonry going, and we will come back next time and do a little bit more research on here and a little bit more progress. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. If there's anything that I've missed or areas that you'd like to see more on, go ahead and leave me a comment down below or contact me on my Discord channel, the link for which is down below in the descriptions, and stay tuned for the next video. Alright everyone, take care. Ta-ta.